everybody, this is Nicole with HelpMomRemote.com, and today I'm coming to share with you my new planner. Yes, I said it, a new planner. I was watching a video yesterday from For the Love of Organizing. She was talking about looking for the planner. It's called the Happy Planner by Me and My Big Ideas. Now, for the past couple weeks, maybe a little bit longer, I've been considering getting a new planner. And you all know that the past year I've been using this, the Filofax. I got the pink A5 Domino Filofax. So I was thinking about getting another Filofax or the K, I think that's how you say it. I was going to get one of those. However, the problem is I really like the inserts that I created because I customized them to my life and to my lifestyle. So I really love my inserts that I create. However, I have to print them out, and I print out like 3 months at a time. It's very tedious, very time consuming. When I was using my art planner, it wasn't as time consuming because the page was bigger. But once I went to the A5, it was harder to print out the pages. So it was just very difficult, very time consuming. Like I say, I would print out 3 months at a time. However, if it's something that's, falls in September and I don't have that insert in there, I have to write it down. It just became very difficult. It's so many things going on, so many things that we're doing, and just spending time printing out inserts is I'm just over it. So I was thinking, I said, well, maybe I should just go ahead and go to like the system, with the coils already, everything just in place, going back to that system. Something I did like a long time ago before I started going to like the planner, the binders. So like I said, I saw something on Instagram. I don't know what planner it was. I haven't seen it again. I searched it, haven't seen it again. So when For the Love of Organizing shared the video yesterday on the Happy Planner, and she told me that there are some Facebook groups. I don't want to join any more Facebook groups. But I just started searching YouTube videos, reviews on it, and seeing like, okay. And with it being the disc system, I'm familiar with the disc system because my art planner was the disc. I really loved that system. I also have the arc hole punch, so it just, made sense. Okay, that makes sense. That'll be fine with me going back to that. So anyway, so what I did, I started looking online, checking it out, called a few Hobby Lobbies. One, they weren't too helpful because they act like they didn't know what I was talking about. However, I did find one Hobby Lobby that had the planner. So I asked my husband, I said, I asked him to put it on hold because they just had one planner. And I asked my husband, I said, do you mind on your way home stopping to get me the planner? He was like, how many planners do you have? I'm like, excuse me. But anyway, so I just explained to him that it wasn't the planner. I felt it's not like I just want to buy another planner. I wanted another pretty color. I really just needed something that was easier for me to manage. I write down weekly. I write down our weekly plans, appointments, bills that are due, zones that I'm in the house, projects that I'm doing. I faithfully do that. So I don't have a planner and don't use it. That's not the thing. I don't have a cute planner and I don't. I've had maybe 1 week that I wasn't able to, fill in my dates and I missed a bill. And that just threw me for a loop because, like I say, I'm very consistent. So I know that a planner is beneficial for my life. I'm not into the electronic planners. I like pen and paper. I need to see it visually. So he went to get the planner for me. And like I say, I was so very excited. And this is it. It is the Happy Planner. This is the black and it has the heart there. And this was the only one they had. I was okay with that. There are some, like this is like laminated. Not the sturdiest. These, even the clips, the discs are not at the great quality as are like the Arc Planner discs are really, really nice. So this is the Arc. These are the Arc discs, and as you see, they're very, very nice. It was $24.99. I told my husband to put the app on, Hobby Lobby app on his phone, and he was able to get it for $14.99. So last night I spent my evening transferring all of the appointments and dates into here, and just getting a feel for it. I really like it. I know there were a lot of complaints about the tabs not being laminated. At first I thought I would be able just to laminate the tab. However, it's on the back of the calendar, so that wouldn't, you know, necessarily work to laminate it. The way the cover is, it does hide the tab, so they may not get that much bumping. And what else is there? The paper, now I use, these are the pens I use mostly, are my flare pens, and there's no bleeding through or anything like that. Now when I did use my Sharpie, because I used my Sharpie to write on my washi tape, I didn't use the Sharpie on here. I used my Sharpie to write on my washi tape, so that worked out, you know, fine, because I wasn't writing in the book itself. Paper quality, it's a decent paper quality. Now with the art planner that I had, I really had to get really nice durable paper, because a lot of people were saying how they didn't like how the pages may fall out. But with my art planner, I had no problem with any of my pages. None, because this paper quality is much better than the, you know, quality of the Happy Planner. However, it's fine for $14.99. Like I said, I could really work with that. However, like I say, the quality, and these are the inserts, like I say, that I created. And maybe I just may go use this only for blog, YouTube, and things like that. However, I'm not good with using two planners. Like I say, so the quality of this paper that I use in my art planner is very good, and it's a little costly. My husband picks it up for me, so I don't know the exact price, but let me share with you what it is. Now this is the paper that I use in my art planner. So if I may create anything to put in the Happy Planner, it will be from this. And this is super premium bright inkjet and laser paper. The weight is, I don't know if it's the 28 is the weight or up under here. Oh, 105, but the weight is 28. And from the back, the range, this is the highest range paper. So it's a very nice thick quality paper. So if you are going to be using the Happy Planner and you're going to, you know, like add extra inserts, get a nice quality paper, because I noticed that it's like wobbly. Yeah, I don't want to call it wobbly, but it's like very loose, kind of like. And I think it has to do with the thickness of the paper. Like I say, however, I really like it. You know, I'll see how it wears, you know, as time goes on. Now, I don't take my planner with me, you know, like just to practice and ballet, stuff like that, sit down. I don't do that. However, like if I have a meeting or something, I would like to take my planner with me, because I need to know, like, make sure no dates that I'm planning in the future doesn't collide with any family or events or things like that. So that was my reason for needing a planner that like really goes far out into the future, you know, so I don't have to print those inserts. Now, I didn't get any extras because, like I say, I had my husband pick this up for me. I may get a few things, you know, of course, like I say, to bulk it up some, because I always seem to like bulk up my planners with a whole bunch of stuff. But I would like the folder inserts and things like that. I did use Project Life card in here, and what I did was, my kids have a dentist appointment, so on the other side of the card I have the address to the dentist, and like I said, but you can't see it, it's closed, but it just adds a little decoration to it while it's in there. But on the other side is the address. So like I say, I really like it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the colors are gorgeous. Now, for somebody, say for somebody that doesn't want to use the washi tape, the stickers, and they just want a pretty planner, it's perfect. However, for those of us that like to use the washi tape, like to use the stickers, we're still cool with it, because like I say, what I just did was I got some washi tape that matched the color scheme, and it flowed really well. And for the month of July, it starts in July, and I like that because July is next week, and it's not like I have to wait a whole month, a whole 2 months. And I hate when I get a new planner during the middle of the year, because I always seem to have this 6-month itch for a new planner. and 6 months of my planner is not used and the end of the planner is used. So I like that the fact it starts in July and it's going to start right when I'm using it. So this is the week view. And it's like, from what I'm seeing, it's like the Erin Condren planner. And my thing with the Erin Condren, I was not paying $50. I think those planners kind of expensive. I was not paying that much for a planner. So like I say, this is for those that don't want to spend a lot of money on a planner. I really think this is, you know, a good idea. We can always get new covers if something goes wrong. I do believe I will eventually change out the disc and use arc discs because, like I say, the discs are kind of like flimsy. Okay, so this is my week view, and like I said, I just use washi tape in there, and every week it seems to be in the same month, it's the same color. So like I said, when you get to August, pink, you use pink washi tape. You can, you know, coordinate your washi tape with that month. Like I said, I really like it. I'm glad she mentioned it in her video because I was really torn. I was like thinking, what am I going to do about a planner? I was really just tired of my Filofax. It's cute and all, but this is another thing with the Domino that I noticed. Like, when I open it up, it's like stiff, where I'm sure it's because of the way it folds. You know, however, if you have like a rectangular binder separate and then you have the flap, it opens up a little better. So that was the other thing. It seemed a lot stiff. So whenever I made little dividers or something to put in it, it made the planner even stiffer and not as flexible to move around. Like I said, I like it. I'll probably go back into it at another time. But right now, this is not for me anymore. Things are getting really busy, and I really need to be able to manage and maintain things. I can't forget stuff. Each week, the only thing I have to do is decorate my planner, add my dates and things like that. So, like I say, I'm excited about this new planner. I'm glad I was able to get started right next week in July. This is it, the Happy Planner. And I was thinking about, like I said, I was thinking about taking out the disc. I might not, leave it alone. It's only supposed to be for, it's an 18-month calendar. So it's only supposed to be for 18 months anyway. So I think if I take out the disc, I might do more risk than anything. However, what I will do possibly are change the covers in the future if anything goes wrong with them. So thank you guys for watching. Tell me, I mean, what planner are you using now? I don't know. I think most of us that enjoy planners, we're going to always change them. When we find something else different, find something that looks like it may work better, we're going to always change them. I mean, that's my opinion. I thought the Domino was like it for me, but then I'm like, nah, this is not working out. So, like I said, I think we're going to always change our planners. It's fun, exciting, something new. It's an accessory, you know, as long as it's helping us manage our lives. So, thank you guys for watching. This is Nicole with HelpMamaRemote.com. Bye-bye.